So here we go. Boom. This is the first playoff game between Vince, who is our random Zerg, and Charlie, who's our Protoss player. And the map is Dusk Towers, which is Charlie's pick. And here we go. So right now things are being pretty chill. I think this map's actually pretty good for Protoss PvC. I think a lot of Protoss players are very comfortable on it. Just because, you know, you get a pocket natural, it's a nice easy ramp to defend. You can make a choke, it's like right here, it's just one zealot deep, and you can make 2 bases just from that. It's very nice for Protoss, but I'm not to say this map isn't good for Zerg. And here we go, so Vince, just in time, gets this expansion down, and Charlie doesn't see that. This is a 3 hatch before pool. Very, very greedy build, although what's amazing is he's doing this before 14 supply. That's pretty... it's pretty aggressive, economically. I actually think it's a little bit less efficient than doing a like 17-19, but yeah. So you're a drone, and here's I guess this is a scouting drone. So he's checking for proxy pylons, which is really smart. As a Zerg player, you just don't want Protoss to have any kind of advantage like that. And if they get one, you just kind of want to punish it. So he's checking all the pretty typical places to hide stuff, although he actually cuts this one off. He doesn't want to check there. This is a pretty common proxy pylon location, actually. But anyway, Nexus is almost done for Charlie, and Psycho should be going down any second now. There it is. And nobody's in gas right now, which is curious. I'm not sure why just yet. Maybe he just wants to get... Okay, no, there he goes. And now he's got 3 hatches, and he's getting his queens out. Or at least 2 queens. And... nice little drone scout getting in here. When you have scouts like this forces Protoss to deal with them before they can tech safely. Protoss doesn't really want Zerg to ever know what they're doing, especially not you know, as soon as the building's plotted down. So a lot of times you just kind of want, you know, Protoss, or as a Protoss player, you kind of want to wait until that scout is destroyed before you do anything about it. Right now, looks like Charlie is going to throw down his tech, or just a pylon. Is a tech choice going to be made? He does see this drone, so it's very nice. So he's actually hiding his tech very well here. No declaration of tech before he needs to, and now that the probe is dead, or drone rather, he does do Stargates. This is really nice from Charlie. Had this been scouted, it would have been a lot less effective down the road. He's got these lanes up here, and they're mostly just to, well, I guess they kind of work to see when things move out, but they also get the 3rd timing, which is a nice thing to know as Zerg. This move out from Charlie is forcing a spine crawler at the front, just a little bit of money. You know, all of his queens are out here too. It's like... Three gate, Stargate. Here we go. Another spine's getting thrown down. This Stargate positioning from Charlie is really good. It's actually pretty hard to sacrifice an Overlord and find this. unless you are suspicious of your opponent. There's the third now for Charlie. Basically, you know, non-Zerg players are definitely kind of scouting this more, at least I do when I play. But it's definitely a very good hiding spot for Charlie. Doesn't look like the Stargate's actually going to be scouted. And right now, there's no anti-air. So, had this been an Oracle, the amount of economic damage that it could have done would be huge. But Charlie opts to do a Void Ray, which is his favorite unit, I think. In all matchups, it would seem. Void Ray is out. Yeah. Wings of Liberty only. Charlie style. And Robo's down. His economy is pretty good. Although he's definitely under-droned. He's not really utilizing these expansions very much. Just, yeah, though, a huge wave of drones is coming. Well, at least 5 of them. That'll help out. Nice layer placement. This is actually the most secure base that Zerg has on this map. And we have another big move from our Protoss player. But I think with this really nice base build from Vince, I think he's actually going to be okay. We'll see how it goes in a couple seconds. Very nice creep spread, by the way, from Vince here, too. This is nice. And the roaches are here, and yeah, this is going to need to go home. And Hydras just started coming out as well. Still could use a bit more drones, but he's playing safe. Double Void Ray. And there's a robotics bay. And a lot of people would build Disruptor in the situation. My guess is Charlie being Charlie. There's going to be some Colossi coming out real soon. Decent Overlord spread. These are to catch drops. There's uncommon drop paths. This one's a little out of position, I think, but it's pretty good. And he's almost fully saturated now. Hydra speed, an upgrade, and another big move coming out from Charlie. And he expands behind this. This is just solid fundamentals. Very nice. Pressure your opponent, make him anticipate you just flooding and winning, and then just build your economy behind it. This is really good. Nice little couple queens being sniped. Tumors going down as well. Really good. And now he's going after this evolution chamber, which is just so close to finishing melee. And he bails. I don't know if I don't think he realized how close that upgrade was. It was seconds away, and now he's just going to restart it over here. Making good use of that mothership core send back. Look at this Overlord spread. Yeah, he's definitely just watching any kind of drops that are going to come in. It's pretty solid. Vince takes his 4th. It looks like Vince is going to be the one who makes a move now. A lot of minerals on both players at the moment. The supply is definitely favoring Charlie a little bit. So 34 wings are getting made right now. Pretty good comp. He could definitely do quite a lot of damage here. This guy's stutter step in. Nope. Decides to go back to the base. If he gets his lings down here, okay, he's moving him in. gotta snipe that cannon. Oh. Alright, well. Yeah, there you go. If he stutter stepped there, he would have killed, like, you know, a good 10 more supply. It's also called, like, hold position micro. Basically, you just have the hold position key as you walk, and you barely lose any time on your pursuit, but you do damage. Both players could have actually done hold position there, but instead they kind of walked together. It's a nice little dance. This cannon is a hero, surviving with very little HP. And we're up to 5 base now for our Zerg. But again, we don't really have enough drones. A few more drones could have been made here. I mean, 8 out of 16. This base has been here for a really long time, and these guys are kind of, you know, not too much is going on there yet. Having the hatchery doesn't give you economy kind of thing. You gotta drone up, spend to get your economy booming like that. Ravagers are coming out, and quite a lot of Ravagers actually. Lurker tech's being researched, and I don't think... Okay, Spire's being started. And DTs are being started for Charlie. A nice proxy pylon. Oh. Scouts the base. Nice proxy pylon, but it's under an overlord, so we'll see if he can do anything with this. Nice Colossi. We're gonna see a fight here. There's a nice little spread from Vince to start this off, but does not want to commit on this. Really, Vince could use some Corruptors in this army. I would say Corruptors or Lurkers. Both would be pretty good. Oh, and another Proxy Pylon up here. And what's the worker difference right now? Yeah, it's about 30. It's just a bit too few for 5 base. But I know I've already harped on that. And here's some DTs. Coming in. We'll see how much damage these guys can do. Wow, very nice reaction from Vince. Charlie's going to move as well, so while he's forcing some actions over here, he's going to try and get a better positioning. And really, Vince is kind of caught out here. It's a kind of a weird position to be in. We'll see where Charlie just wants to shut down this 5th. And his DTs kind of already did it, but the whole crew just showed up. And he does snipe this pylon that did the damage. DTs are still moving in, but I don't think they're going to get past this wall, and we have a fight. These lurkers need to be moved. They're a little too far away to really do anything. He does get a motion for it, though. Not bad. And whew, Crispy Roach. And there's the Corruptors. Honestly, I feel like at this moment, Vince has a comp advantage. His Corruptors can deal with the Colossi, and that's really the source of the damage. And then his Lurker Burrow kill all the Stalkers. A fight right now would be huge for Vince. This is exactly when he should fight. Whether or not what happens though. He's also about to get upgraded. And there's Ultralisk armor. And then looks like Charlie's posturing pretty aggressively. I really think he has a disadvantage right now. I wouldn't build roaches into this comp though. It's countered pretty hard by this one. But when it comes to Hydra Lurker, Lane, Corruptor, it's pretty strong. And we'll see if the fight actually happens. There's no warp back this time, so he's got to commit. Charlie has to commit this time. There's no running. I don't think Charlie's expecting this army to keep coming from behind. It's always kind of in a weird position. Just kind of a funny thing, and this is going to be so much damage. This is a lot of supply going down. And he needs to make something happen with this advantage. He's got his proxy pylons back up. And how does he feel about this? I think he should feel pretty decently, to be honest. I think he can fight into this pretty well. You gotta burrow those lurkers though. There you go. The reinforcements, the ultras are out. And this is another really big tech switch that's going to benefit Vince, I think. It looks like Charlie is building carriers right now. And he should not be afraid of this. He should be able to push in. I'm very surprised he's being so conservative here. Nice catch. Oh, very nice blink. That was going to be a lot of dead stalkers if he had not blinked there. And how are we doing on army? Not too bad. There's no attack upgrades though, which is a little weird. But this is still not going so poorly, but he has no idea these carriers are out. Carriers are kind of a problem when you're on only 6 corruptors. We need a lot more. A lot more corruptors. There's 1. 2 more. But until he just scouts it, he's just not gonna know. But he should. I still think he should take this fight. But now he sees the carriers, not the couriers. Wrong game. He sees the carriers, and I think this is when you definitely decide to go Mass Corruptor into this. Corruptor Ultra would probably win the battle here. I mean, nothing really stops it in this comp. Disruptors are, or Corruptors are really, really good. It looks like instead, though, he's going to be going Greater Spire, which I'm not sure what that's for, but Vipers, which is going to be for the, I would guess, Parasitic Bomb. Parasitic Bomb is like an anti-air spell. It does AoE anti-air damage. It's very good against, I don't know how good it is actually against carriers. I don't know if it's enough damage for them, but if they're clumped enough, it'll do it. Good damage. And Charlie's already almost back to 200, and Vince is reinforcing a bit slower. I think maybe it has to do with the Greater Spire. Maybe he's saving some. I don't know what he's. I'm not sure what the Greater Spire is for. If it's Brood Lords, I think that'd be a weird choice against this comp, personally. I think really Corruptors with upgrades is all he really needs. Alright, let's see if he can get some good. Oh, he's actually going for Abducts. Here it is kind of getting to do too much. He's building Hydras now. I don't know how good of an idea this is. Hydras are going to get chewed up by this comp because the Colossi will deal with them. They're not going to be able to get damage on the carriers, I don't think. And then he has nice DT play using his proxy pylon, shutting down these extra bases after he's already crushed one of them. It's really good play from him. This gives those guys mana, in case you're wondering why they're eating their extractor. And then Charlie, like he does, he pushes out, and then he expands behind it, which is really smart. Now he's just going to sever off the economy of his artillery. Although Vince does have a pretty huge bank. Here we go again. More fighting, and you can see how fast these guys kind of crush carriers and Colossi. If you had, you know, maybe 15 to 20 more, this army would actually cease to exist, I think. The Hydras are actually staying alive longer than I expected, but maybe they just haven't been focused yet. But I think Vince now has to kind of figure out how he's going to get past this economy problem, because Charlie's pretty solidly on 3 base mining, and Vince is on half a base, you know. Kind of a tricky place to play out of. He really needs to just, I think he needs to spend and try to get as much advantage as he can. These DTs are still here, and this expansion's probably not going to happen. Yeah. And that wasn't a cancel, so that was just 300 minerals. Stolen by some DTs. Charlie's handled this endgame very well, I think. He has quite a massive lead now in what's been a really close game. One of the closer games of the tournament, I think. And there's the third. Well, third mining base. Going up. And now he's just going to continue. Oh, geez, all these drones. He's going to continue to starve out Vince. That's his game plan now. Play with economy. These pulls are a little weird. I still, I would have liked to see Parasitic Bomb for sure here. Maybe it's a new spell and like see the void, so maybe Vince actually might not know about it yet. But it is a very good choice against air units. I don't know if you can cast it on interceptors. I'm guessing you can't, but it'd be weird if you could. At this point, I think Vince is probably just sort of collecting himself after having lost what was a very close game. Because I think it's going to be very, very hard to turn this one around now. It's just a matter of time. Nice little split. Comps were a bit, or if he had a bit more, that would have been much nicer, and then he calls it there. So that's game one. I messed up. I gotta get my game two. Hold on. Cool. Okay, so here is game two. And this is, once again, Vince, who is our random Terran this time, against Charlie, who's our Protoss player. And Charlie's up in the series 1-0. And the map chosen is Lairlac Crest, which is a 4-player map. This map is pretty notable for a really wide ramp, and there's these rocks that you can backdoor with. This actually used to be even better before, but they sealed this off and made it actually a complete seal. But it is a 4-player map, and not too common in the tournament, but definitely people have played. And it is, as Charlie says, it is very open. These fights, it's basically just open ground for most of it. Very few chokes. Not exactly what I would call the best Terran map. But Vince random, and maybe he didn't want Terran this game. I'm not sure. Some maps definitely favor some races, or at least enable them, you know. And I don't think this map is particularly great for Terran, but I guess it's not too bad for Bio. It's just not as good for or Mech, is what I was trying to say. Charlie finds out that they've got cross spots. It's going to be quite a lot of room to work with this game in terms of macro options and how safe they are. And both players are opting to do pretty early expands, and this is a really interesting gateway placement. I believe it'll get spotted. Yeah, it does. It's just kind of curious. Simulator 1's going down, and I'm guessing we're going to see a Reaper pretty soon. I'm surprised. Wait, am I blind? Okay, there it is. Cool. This Reaper can do a lot of damage. The Zealot's coming out. This Reaper could be huge. I'm not sure why he's attacking a pylon. Charlie Chrono Boost the Zealot out, but honestly, if you just micro, then the Zealot won't be able to kill the Reaper, so we'll see how this goes. That was really bad, actually. That's gonna hurt a lot. The amount of damage he could do is quite odd. He could have actually crippled the economy until the Stalker came out. The Mothership Core wasn't even being made at that point in time, so that Reaper could have actually done a ton, a serious ton of damage. He could have shut down the economy of Charlie, at least until now. That, I mean, it's like a good 30 seconds, so quite a lot of damage. This is a much chattier game than game 1. We'll see where everybody's going. So, last game, Charlie opted to open Stargate. Now he's against his Terran opponent. So, we'll see what he does. Widowmine's coming out. Widowmine's coming out from the factory. What's our tech? No tech yet. Stim's coming out as well. Pylon? Where is the tech? So 3 gate. Interesting. Still quite a lot of money though. I'm not sure where. I think Charlie, just because I've watched a lot of his games, he's gonna start moving out. Yeah. So Charlie's very good about using his units that he builds, and so he doesn't just let them sit. In this case, there's the Stargate. In this case, yeah, he's gonna get a nice Marine kill. I'm not sure this Marauder's gonna get out of here either. Stalkers are faster than Marauders, so yeah, this guy's gonna die too. Okay, Widowmine. Not sure you saw that. And boom. That's quite a lot of damage. He's Stalker. I think Charlie's gonna have to go home. But he is doing his patented Stargate. We'll see if it's Void Ray. Gate. And it is Void Ray. So 5 gate Void Ray against 1/1/1 sort of build. Reactor on his factory, interesting. Reactor everything. Excuse me. Except his 1 barracks that he researched him on. There's our 3rd. Runaway Widowmine. And then Charlie's at it again. Applying more pressure with his units. And behind that he's going to expand. Void Ray number 2 is coming out. Not sure how much pressure he's going to get out of this, but he at least controls the watchtower, which is nice vision. Medivacs. Okay. I don't know how much work this is going to get done. And I'm going to say 0, actually. But he does keep his units alive. Okay. He's going to pick off some SCVs for free. I think he should stim down there and fight. But I'm not opting to do so. I don't know what this is for. It is a mystery. I think this would have been pretty good in the front, like where it was, but I'm not sure. Maybe he meant to burrow it in minerals. or something? Or maybe he's anticipating a very elaborate expansion. Cool. It has one kill though. It's a stalker. And here's a third. And a third. Rocks are getting busted. And Vince is moving out at the same time. The thing about Protoss though is with Mothership Core, you can always just get your work done and then go home. And this is going to be, I think, a shutdown third, and we'll see how much it costs them, but interestingly enough, Vince is once again going to be attacking from behind. Nice cancel. That was good. Okay, so he's going to go for a drop instead of fighting into that. Nice third deny though from Charlie. Wow, and Charlie is anticipating a drop. How did he even see this? I'm actually not sure, but okay, this is a bit of a mistake. If your opponent, well, maybe not. If your opponent sees that you're dropping and like has stuff already prepared for it, it's really risky. But actually, I think this is paying for itself. To be honest, I think this is not that bad of a trade. A lot of times though, you just kind of want to get out and then try another time. Keep your resources alive. Nice little obs placement here. Anticipating more drops like that coming in the future. You could use one here too actually, but still very nice. And where are we going with Charlie Tech? So extended thermal lance. I'm not wow. Okay, well there's a lot of dudes here. I'm guessing that's what he's talking about. Maybe he rallied somewhere else. Oh yeah, okay. I imagine Charlie's very confused by that statement. Extended thermal lance is being researched. And yeah, so we're gonna see some more Colossi. Gate, gate, gate. Photon, photon. And missile turret. And we're trying to get our third up again. Supply-wise, we're pretty close. But I think comp-wise, actually it's pretty close, I think. It's gonna come down to micro. Once again, Charlie's army is doing work. Sensor tower's up though, so he's not gonna be able to sneak this one by to get the expo. It's a pretty good position. It's a little exposed, but otherwise it's nice. He should maybe fight this. If he wants to. And now Charlie's just gonna run into the base. I think a fight's gotta happen here. Some guys get left behind. Sad story. Very nice shutdown though by Charlie to get this, to shut this down and force him to 2 base. I mean, that's so many extra SDVs just not being able to do what they want to do, you know. So yeah, I mean, this is double Colossi now. This army difference is getting to be pretty problematic. Especially now that these are 1-1. Well, 2-2 for Vince. This is gonna hurt. And the Raiders are coming out. Oh, and they're backing up from that. Not one to find the Liberators. Ooh, exposed. You might have been able to actually snipe those, but yeah. 4 Colossi is going to be quite a lot. I think Vince could maybe use some siege tanks here. I'm not that familiar with this matchup, so I'm not so sure. Oh wow, Widowmine's got some damage in. Yeah, I'm not really that familiar with this matchup, so I'm not 100% sure, but I just feel like going Marine Marauder into Colossi is bold, to say the least. We got some more Widowmine shots, maybe. Not quite yet. Splitting the army. See how this goes. Okay, isn't so bad. Nice split from Vince there. He gets a pretty favorable fight. Some zealots for free. These guys are coming back, no problem. This could be an issue. Woo! Yeah, these Colossi are just doing so much work. It's making me a believer. Look at that. Those numbers are insane. 7 kills, 11 kills. And DPs are out too. I think this is going to be a really hard game to turn around now. Archons are out too. A lot of bunkers going down, but Vince still has quite a lot of SCVs. And not really many of them are working. He just really got behind on the base count this game. Longest warp in ever. So if you have a gateway next to this pylon, this warp in is much faster. Although he didn't really have time to do that, I think he just placed this pylon just to warp. And now he's checking and he realizes there's no base. I'm guessing this is a signal for him to just A-move. His advantage is pretty much that strong at this point. I think this is going to be our final moments of Vince in the tournament, which is awesome having him play. And the series has been pretty fun. I really liked the last game. I thought it was very, very cool. And that's it. Yeah. Alright. That's it. Good games.